Hello, welcome, Joshua. Hold on, I need to tweet out the stream. We're gonna try and complete the last one today. Yeah, hold on. Oh gosh, I sneeze a bit. I'm a little sniffly. I'm gonna change my profile picture as well to make sure they know I'm live. What? I should probably do a kind of like a little recap. Wisp. Wisp. What does WSP mean? What? Okay, so last time I changed you changed my profile pic. Okay. Good job. Oh yeah, so sorry. Sniffly. So last time when we played this game, we kind of went on an ocean, like a seaside beach date with our potential girlfriend, and then we spent the night with her, and then we didn't tell our mom that we're not spending the night, like we're not gonna be home. So it's like not good, you know. So that's basically it. So it's gonna morning after on the beach date. So we'll continue. Where did I save? Did I save? Oh yeah, here. All right. Let's start. There's no audio, by the way. There is just no audio. In the scene for now. I woke up in Sam's room. It was a warm and summer morning. A small metal fan was oscillating back and forth, blowing balmy air onto our sweaty bodies. I must have laid awake for an hour on Sam's bed. Sam's arms were languidly wrapped around me. Her long hair was tangled with my hair, and her legs were crossed with mine. I felt her slow breaths on my neck. She must be sound asleep. I tried to remain as still as possible as to not disturb her slumber. I listened to the sounds of the morning. It was quiet outside. I couldn't make out any noises or voices from neighboring apartments or from the street below. People seemed slow to get up this morning. I was left alone with the clarity of my own thoughts all the while Sam softly slept. It was dim inside Sam's room. As time passed by, the light of the sun eventually passed through the buildings unobstructed and penetrated through the apartment bedroom below. Window, sorry. The morning light was not gentle. I felt Sam stirring from her sleep. Hello, Dende. Welcome. Hold on. Sorry, a little sniffly, because I sneezed a bunch right before the stream. Once she wakes, I would have to take my leave. This is the morning after. Michelle. Michelle? Wait, how was the voices? I don't remember the voices. Michelle, I like you. I felt her embrace around me tighten. My chest felt pained. I had to fight back tears. I should not feel like this. I had to be stern for my own sake. What happened last night? It was a one-time thing. How dare you! I knew in my heart that anything more between us was impossible. I already told Sam. She should know this too. Sam brushed back my hair. Her eyes met with mine. I could not let it be more than this. I had to push her away. Sam, I have to go. Michelle. Please, Michelle. Please stay. We can spend the day together. Don't be quiet like this. Talk to me. I can't be like this with you. Why would you do this? Sam, I just can't. Michelle, please, Sam. Any more than this, we just can't. Michelle, I'm going to get dressed. I got out of her bed. I picked up my clothes that had been discarded in haste the night prior. I kept my back towards Sam. I didn't want her to see my expression. Whatever she was thinking, I did not want to know either. I didn't know what had gotten over me last night. Hey, Briar would look for an hour. All right, thanks, elite trainer. And I never thought I'd be a person who would. I had always been a reserved and self-controlled person. I would always do my tasks accurately and diligently. No matter how tired I was, I would finish whatever task that was expected of me. I wasn't someone who would let myself be consumed by passion. I smoothed out my shirt before putting it on. It had been tangled with Sam's denim jacket that laid on the floor. In the right mind, I would never discard even a worn sock on the floor and let it get dirty. Why did I do such a thing, Miss Sam? Hello, the Fan Wiggles, welcome. Hello, Raptor Does YouTube, welcome. An answer floated up from my subconscious and lingered in my mind. I dared not to even have the thought be uttered. I was frightened by myself. I did something wrong. I did something shameful. I had to face my own wrongdoing and go. There was no possibility of anything working out between us beyond this one night. Sam had her thoughts and her own feelings. She lived her life the way she wanted to. And I had my own life to live as well. If I get caught up in her real life any more than this, we would just hurt each other more. I wasn't compatible with her lifestyle, and she wasn't compatible with mine. There was no way out of this other than for me to leave. I had put on my shoes. I was about to take my leave. Sam stood at the door. I tried not to look into her eyes. I have to go back home now. Can I walk you out? Sam, it's okay. I can see myself out. Michelle. Sam, last night, it was something I didn't expect to happen. Michelle, I can't. I really can't. It can't be more than this. Michelle, can we talk about it a bit more? Sam, just talking with you, I can't. Please don't ask any more than this. It's impossible between us. Oh no, she's crying. I'm sorry, Sam. I'll be going now. Hello, Yinji Kitty. Welcome. I took the flight of stairs out of the apartment building. Every step I took created a loud echo of my footsteps. It was as if the narrow stairwell was amplifying my shame to the entire building. I didn't like it, but I preferred this over being alone in the elevator. I couldn't stand in an enclosed space and be left with my thoughts. I needed to keep moving. I stepped out onto the street. I wanted to get lost in the crowd, but I was alone on the street. It was exceptionally humid outside. Bangkok on a cloudy day looked so unfamiliar. Without the neon lights or the bright sunlight to create contrast of color, the gray concrete building seemed all too glum and empty. I suppose it was still early on a Sunday. The crowds were not yet out. Sunday. It was a day with its own certain melancholy. Neither like Monday nor Saturday. Sunday was a bookend to the work week hustle, but it was also the uncomfortable beginning of the next. I didn't like Sundays. I didn't like things that were halfway between something else. I stood on the side of the street and waited for a taxi. I was getting antsy. It seemed like an eternity while I waited. I felt a sprinkle of water from something above. I looked up. The gray sky seemed all too low and heavy above me. I was suffocating. It felt out of place to be alone on a street so quiet like this. It was as if I had stepped out into a world that I no longer recognized. And I saw it, in a shimmering flash of light, A white dragon appeared, his long body snaked through the dark clouds like ripples in the sky. He roared and fired his hot breath down from the heavens. I saw a taxi come my way. I better hurry home before I'm caught in a thunderstorm. Oh no, Mom is gonna be so mad. I returned home in the afternoon. My shoes were scratched and dirtied. I had come home looking like a mess. I had once again left my blouse with Sam. I had forgotten to grab it on my way out, but this time I had to treat it as a loss. There was no way I could go see her again. Mother? There was no answer. My mother appeared to be out. I felt relieved. I wanted to change and wash up before seeing her. On Sundays, she would usually attend church and then have tea with my extended family. I figured she must have gone out without me. I glanced around the kitchen. I noticed there had been food poured down the sink. My mother. She had waited for me to come home last night. How long did she wait before she realized I wasn't going to come home for dinner? I had lied to her yesterday. I had lied to her the other night before. I didn't come home last night when I said I'll be home early. I promised to have dinner with her, but I broke my promise. I had done a terrible thing. Chung Fong Ha! My mother called out my full name with deliberate intensity. She appeared out of her bedroom. Her eyes looked red and swollen, as if she had not slept the entire night prior. Mother? Where have you been all night? Who are you with? Why didn't you call me? I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance to call you. I met up with my friend, but one thing led to another. And then what? And I ended up making an overnight trip to Saigon. An overnight trip? It'll be the last time for me to see her, so she wanted to have a party before she left. I lied again. I don't know why it had to be like this when it came to anything related to Sam. Huh? What does that have to do with you? Well, she was moving to America. If she was leaving for America, why did you have to be gone overnight? It was a going away party. It went on very late. Anyway, I'm sorry for not telling you. Please don't be too upset. I'm not trying to be upset. I'm just worried about you. I know. You are still young. You should be careful. Careful? Of your reputation. I was married to your father, and I had you when I was your age. You won't get men of quality if you go looking for it in the wrong places. And you certainly won't find respect either. Huh? I'm not gonna say anything more about whatever you did last night. I just want you to know that I'm disappointed in you. Mother, I'm leaving to meet your aunt. I already missed church and now I might be late to the opera because I was beside myself with endless worry waiting for you. How was I going to sleep soundly knowing you were out somewhere all night? I'm really sorry. You look dirty. You should get yourself cleaned up. Damn. I lied again to my mother. There was no way I could tell her the truth about what happened. She could never accept it. My mother always had a sharp tongue. She wields it like a blade with such pinpoint precision. Honestly, I'm terrified whenever she turns her judgment on me. Sam, you wouldn't be able to understand why it wouldn't work out between us. I'm not the kind of girl you think I am. The stars look close when you look at them with the naked eye. In reality, they are light years apart, an incomprehensible distance for any mortal being. The distance between me and Sam is too great. I cannot fathom how it will ever work out between us. And with the lives that we have as is, the distance between us will only become greater over time. I can't. I just can't. I can't let myself be lost in something so senseless, so meaningless. It was one night's indiscretion, not anything more. I worked so hard to build up the life that I have now. I couldn't let it be changed by something that was never supposed to happen anyway. I needed to prepare myself for tomorrow's workday. I had resolved to end my contact with Sam from the beginning. But somehow, despite my best intentions, things had gone completely against what I originally set out to do. I couldn't change what had already happened. It was a momentary lapse in judgment that I have to accept. All I could do at this point was to move on with my own life. I could start by taking a hot shower. After a long day of keeping myself busy, I threw myself onto my bed and shut my eyes tight. There was nothing else left to do other than to surrender my thoughts to the void. Try as I might, I couldn't fall asleep. My thoughts persisted to cycle back and forth between memory and regret. I wanted to turn my mind off. I didn't want to think about anything anymore. There was already enough on my mind to think about. To think about Sam, I couldn't. It pained me too much just to think about it. I wished for the long night to come to me soon. Ah, sniffly. Ooh, what's this? Oh hey, old videos. Oh yeah, he has a weird voice that I gave him. Hey, when are you going back to your work? Something like that. Well, not really. That, wait, that the World Cup comes only once every 4 years. I don't have sports cable. And you're my only father in this world. Can't I spend some time with you? Huh? What are you saying? I'm worried about your future. You think your tapes can keep selling forever? I keep telling you to sell more Cantonese opera recordings. I do have them, but I want to focus on specific films though. You're in the tourist area. How about getting in those dubbed versions of Bruce Lee movies? Your brother is doing well for himself teaching Kung Fu in San Francisco. He's got Americans calling him master. Isn't that great? Yes, that's great. I don't get why you keep all those old foreign movies. People in Hong Kong want to see action films, or something sexy, or something with a bit of both. Be smarter and more serious about your business. I am serious. I'm trying to curate something different. It's not like I'm doing poorly, I'm making money. More than you think. Alright. But don't you think this evening hour is important for business? Why don't you consider hiring someone to help then? Why don't you have your shop open? Well, I'm watching the football game right now. Huh? Aren't you as bad as me now? It's not like I closed up my shop completely. If someone wants my services, they just need to give me a shout. Excuse me? Huh? What was that? Someone's knocking. You have a customer. Oh. Is anyone there? Since you're here, can you get the gates open up for me? Okay. Michelle? Oh wait, this is the beginning. This is day one. This is with our slippers and everything. When I first met Michelle, I was charmed at first glance. I like women with sharp eyes. When I look at you with that piercing gaze, I get goosebumps. Anyway, that's probably why when I saw Michelle looking back at me with those eyes, and seeing her dress to the nines in a pressed blazer suit and her feet adorned haphazardly with a pair of pink sandals, I have to say it left quite an impression in my mind. I couldn't help myself to tease her a little. It's in my nature. I can't change this part about myself. Excuse me? Oh, a customer. Wait just a moment. Is she a regular customer? That's none of your business. I got work to do. It's about time you get going. Am I that in your way? Please go. I'm getting hungry anyway. If you're chasing me away, I'll get dinner. I'm not chasing you away. Hey, if you're so free right now, help me pick up some takeout food. What do you want? Anything is fine. Western style or Chinese? Western. Give me a chef salad. Okay, one chef salad. Anything else? Oh, since you're coming back, can you Can you pick up some crickets? Huh? For your prize Oscar fish? Yes, he's starving for live food. Why can't you just throw in some cockroaches off the street instead? They're free. That's disgusting. My poor fish. Don't they eat bugs? Crazy. Cockroaches will kill it. I'm not feeding something so dirty to my fish. If it's that troublesome, just feed it flake food. What? You don't understand. My fish is a primal animal. A predator needs to hunt to satisfy his instinct to live. Alright, I'll get it. Anything else you want me to pick up? Oh, get me a can of Coke on your way back. Alright. I don't always go to see my dad. From time to time, we might meet to have dinner. Otherwise, we don't see each other that much. My dad never really knew how to be a dad. When I was a teenager, I got the idea that he didn't want to be the moral compass in my life anymore. So I moved out. I learned that so long as my dad didn't know about my business, he had no complaints. Age and time might have softened him, but his heart is still old and conservative. If we were ever together too long, we were bound to argue. It was better for both of us to continue living apart. We could live our own lives separately, without much intrusion. He had enough to worry about already. He does not need a daughter like me burdening him. Today, I just got a feeling my dad might have been lonely. Summertime brings about a certain melancholy in my household. I went to a nearby pet store. It was on the way to the restaurant that I quite liked. What I needed to pick up here for my dad was some fish food. I asked the store attendant for a bag of crickets. I also grabbed a container of fish pellets for good measure. That should make my dad happy. I knew he loved watching his fish feed. Curiously, I spotted the same office lady from earlier. She was looking at the goldfish. She appeared lost in thought in front of the tank. I wondered what she was thinking about. I would say I am a careful person, a very cautious person even. I know the cues of social conduct. I certainly wouldn't stick my nose in a stranger's business without good reason. Yet there was something drawing me to keep looking her way. Something about the way she gazed at the goldfish in the aquarium had made me feel oddly nostalgic. There was a time in the past when my dad would have brought me to the same pet store. I wasn't even tall enough to look into the fish tanks then. He would have lifted me up onto his shoulders to let me look at all the fancy goldfish. I would look at them with innocent wonder and awe. That was a long time ago. Was she reminiscing a similar memory? I wondered. I know, it wasn't my place to ask. It just felt like the world was a little smaller that night. Hello, Cupcon, welcome! Yeah, fishies! Fishies! It's basically... So, this game is about two ladies, and the one lady is reminiscing how we met the other lady in the beginning of the game. So it's like her POV. Michelle Fong Ha Chun. I regretted that I didn't leave Michelle my number. It was on the tip of my tongue when I was sending her off the other night. Why didn't I push to say it? I was playing it too cool, I thought. I was never shy about this kind of stuff, but I really should have given her my contact at that moment. Like two ladies in love or two friends? Two ladies in love, probably, but because of societal and cultural conservative parents and whatnot, conservative society, it's complicated because it's 1980s Hong Kong. Oh well. I was moping all day about it in the store. It was a typical day for me, business as usual. I would open the store at noon. The first few hours were usually quite slow. It's usually not until late afternoon when people would start to stream in after their school or work. Things would then pick up and it would stay pretty steady until I closed the store for the night. It was mid-afternoon when I got a familiar visitor. It was Cecilia. She drops in at my stall from time to time to chit-chat. Sometimes it was just to catch up, and sometimes it was to solicit me to spend money at her bar. How old are they? Okay, so I think the Michelle is like 23, and then the other one's like 28 or something like that. It usually was a bit of both. She rarely had interest in movies. Cecilia owns a bar that's quite popular for girls in the know. I hadn't visited her bar recently. There was no particular reason why I haven't gone. I haven't been feeling up to it. I probably made Cecilia feel worried. Cecilia is like a sister and mentor figure to me. She had been with me through Love Stop Pining and Lovelorn Heartbreak. She had seen me at my best, and she had seen me at my worst. Cecilia was probably the only person that I trust enough to talk to her about my personal issues. When things weren't good with my dad those odd years ago, she helped me find work and a place to stay. I used to be so headstrong, especially when it came to anything about what my dad had to say. If I hadn't met her, I'm not sure where I would have ended up. How was her voice again? I don't remember her any of the voices. Samantha, don't forget to come by tonight. I have performers. I need a big crowd to keep the energy. Of course I won't forget. I wouldn't have dressed up otherwise. You better come. I haven't seen you come by at all these days. Does something happen to you? Not really. I've been busy with the video store, and I haven't really been feeling it. Is that so? Not feeling it? Coming from you? Don't tell me the diamond's losing its shine. I don't know, I guess I'm getting older. You're joking. You're so young, I have white-haired ladies that will drop by from time to time. Tell me, is there someone you're trying to avoid? No. Then why have you been sighing all this time? There must be something on your mind. Eh? Really? Have I sighed that much? You have? Is it Mabel? You know, she doesn't work at Ruby anymore. No, there's nothing like that between us anymore. Then what is it? I met this woman. Oh, and that's it. That's it? Unusual of you to be this pitiful. What is she like? Do I know her? Her name is Michelle. I don't think you know her. She's an office lady. I met her the other day when she was getting her shoes fixed at my dad's store. I didn't really get her contact or anything. But I think we had hit it off pretty well. Huh. When did you like vanilla flavor? What? Don't say that about Michelle. Are you delusional? What happened to you? What is it? Let me tell you, as your sworn sister, don't get your Don't get your hopes up. An office lady wouldn't want to have anything to do with you. Fun and games maybe, but don't think it will be anything more. In fact, someone with an appearance like that is more dangerous than you think. Just because you've had bad experiences doesn't make it universal. I'm teaching you a lesson. Alright, let's see about it then. I think it's something. Something in your head? Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. You're sure confident? It's not like that. I feel we connect. When we talk, I get a good feeling. I know we just met. It's hard for me to explain. The feeling I have is like one of those stick-on pads for back pain. It starts off icy cold and then gets really hot. You know, the ones you buy in the big bright drugstores. I think it's like that. Uh-huh. If you need medicine, you should try the Chinese herbs that I recommend instead. More trustworthy. I don't get you. Why you like this type? I don't know. She seems to me like a straightforward person, but I feel like she has something quite interesting underneath her exterior. I want to get to know the person underneath. And I feel like she's interested in me like that too. Huh? Is that so? I'm surprised. I've never seen you like this before. Don't cry to me when you get your heart broken. I'll try not to. Well, if you do end up heartbroken, I really don't mind if you come to me. One of these days you have to take me up on a trip to Brazil. Brazil? That's too expensive for me. I never asked you to spend your money. Just hold my bags and take some photos for me, alright? Cecilia. Well, I'd love to chat more, but I better get going. I'll see you tonight. Alright. You better come or else. Sure. Bye-bye, big sis. I know Cecilia was only looking out for me. It was a long shot for me to meet Michelle again. It was a big world, and I got nothing else that connected me to Michelle. But somehow, by the luck of the gods, Michelle really did come by to see me. I hope this little miracle didn't use up whatever luck I had entirely. Cecilia will be surprised, I bet. I couldn't wait to let her know. She's my closest friend. I wonder what she'll think. I haven't felt so anxiously worked up about something in such a long while. Always dancing on the fine line of subtlety between intent and indecision, such is the reality of living between the margins of good and poor society. I knew in my gut I could not and should not push more than this. But was I in the wrong? Was I overthinking? Was it all personal delusion? I know I haven't made my intentions clear, and neither did Michelle. There was an etiquette to follow in everything. If only I had been a man, it would have been all too evident. Some people prefer things like lukewarm water, but I couldn't stand it. Give me something ice cold or scalding hot. Indigestion be damned. I suppose, though, if I were a man, someone like Michelle would have never gone along with me. What do you do? My mother in heaven, I'm sorry. You're watching over an errant daughter. Please, if you are hearing my prayers, please give me the strength and courage to live out the best and the most righteous life. I watched Michelle dial a number from my phone. I was cool. I was as composed as the ocean. Michelle would call for a ride home, and I would return to the sea. But it wasn't as if fish were without desire. It happened organically. Our first kiss. I admit the ambience wasn't quite romantic. The lighting did not really bring out the most flattering complexion in either of us. I could hear the Fongs loud talking again. The smell of Auntie Lee's cooking next door was a temptation of its own. But it was sweet, our kiss, and it was real. Michelle, I don't know any other way to convey my feelings to you. Please, if you're going to push me away, do it now. Michelle quietly accepted the kiss. It was a tender moment we shared. When I opened my eyes, Michelle looked away from me. She pushed me aside, gathered her belongings, and left without another word. Michelle is a person within the margins of society. I was thinking that she might have felt differently about me, though I knew from the beginning that it would be difficult for someone like her to accept such a thing. The idea of romance between two women had probably never crossed her mind before. Would she want more than this? Would she want to pursue this further? Michelle left the apartment in a rush. When I saw her leave in a taxi from my balcony window, it had hurt. It had hurt so much. I didn't know if I would see her again. I wish sometimes that it wasn't like this. Mother in heaven, I've become a wayward daughter. I was 12 years old when I had my first period. When I told my brother about it then, he said I should talk to my dad instead. When I told my dad, he said I should go to the drugstore to get medicine. When I asked the man at the drugstore counter what medicine I should get for bleeding, he told me to go to the hospital. I was scared. I really thought that I was going to die and join you in heaven, you know. I told this whole story to the nurse at the hospital reception, and she just laughed and handed me a sanitary pad. She said that I was an adult now, and that I have to get used to monthly bleeding. I realized then that I was different from my brother and father in terms of treatment and biology, and I think since then I became conscious of myself. I wanted to be the daughter that I imagined you would have wanted. I really did. But things sometimes don't go the way you want it to go. I remember when I was 13, when all my friends were talking about their crushes, I couldn't join in on their conversation. I felt I was no longer growing up along with them at the same pace. I was first among them to get my period, but I was the last to feel a simple crush. What could that be? They said I was a late bloomer, but years had passed, and I could never really bring myself to like another boy. It troubled me. If I couldn't find a boy that I liked, how would I be able to get married and become a good mother like yourself someday? The thought troubled me deeply then. And then it happened. When I was 13, when I was 16, a girl in my class said she liked me, and I liked her back. Simple as that. It just felt right. Maybe I was born with this wayward spirit. I don't know why I have this inclination in me. Was I a bad person? Was I in the wrong? In the end, I decided it wasn't anything to be ashamed about. It was too much to think about. I never meant to hurt anyone, especially not you and not Dad. Oh, Mother in heaven, I know you're always watching me from above. Please don't think that it was your fault or your absence that made me become this way. I hope you can see this from above and understand, Mother. Please forgive me if I made you sad. I'm doing my best to be a good, honest person for myself and everyone. I wasn't a good daughter to my father, but things between us aren't so bad anymore. It has been 10 years since then. Looking back, I can't believe I still did that. Leaving home the way that I did when I was still fresh from high school. My brother had already left for America. It was just me and my dad at home at that time. I had gotten into a big argument with my dad. He did not agree with my after-school activities or the relationships I chose to pursue. It wasn't normal for a girl my age to leave home, but it felt as if I had no other choice then. I couldn't bear it to be shamed and berated by my own flesh and blood day after day. So rather than bending to my father's will, I left home. I'd be like my brother and live my own life. I had a hard time making it out there on my own at first. I spent many sleepless nights wandering the city. I hadn't quite finished high school, so I had a hard time finding a job that could afford much of anything. I was running out of money fast. All I took with me was a bag of clothes and whatever cash I could find in the house. Odd jobs here and there weren't enough to cover my living expenses. I rotated places where I could spend the night. I stayed with friends sometimes. Other times, I slept in hostels and cheap hotels. I definitely did not consider going back to my dad as an option then. It was pure luck that I met Cecilia. At that time, she was the manager of a bar that I stumbled upon. Something about her particular bar made me feel that it wasn't a bad place to be, so I walked up to her and asked for a job. Of course, I was rejected, but I had a strong feeling about her. Something told me that Cecilia was someone who changed the direction of my life. I came back every night to see her, and you could say the rest was history. Good evening, gorgeous. You again. I have a name, you know. Beautiful? The nerve of you. For you, it's a Miss Cecilia Cortez. Yes, miss. So, what is it? I just want to talk to you. Talk again? How many times do I have to tell you? There's no positions here for you. It's not about that. I want to get to know you. Huh? Young girl, you're out of your league. I am. Look at yourself. Showing up here in a girl's school uniform. You're giving your school a bad reputation. What are you trying to pull coming here dressed like that? You think this is a daycare? Well, I am looking for extracurricular learning. Can you at least change out before coming here? People will think I'm intentionally letting in underage kids. I don't have any other clothes right now. Ah, alright. I'll hear you out. But not in here. I don't want anyone to think that we're up to some funny business. Huh? I'm 18, you know. What? You look like you're 13. Show me your identity card. I forgot it. Hey, that's illegal, you know. Heh. What's so funny? I'm happy to finally sit down with you. I feel like it's like I'm dining with an angel. An angel? You look like a Charlie's Angel. Your hairstyle is just like Farrah Fawcett's. It's like the real Farrah is in front of me. Oh, so you recognize my beauty, huh? Yes, you could be a movie star. You're so cheeky. Don't think you'll get far with flattery alone. Yes, miss. You sure have an attitude. So where do you live? I'm staying with a friend right now. How much money do you have? Eh? I have some money. Order what you want. This meal is on me. Stupid. Who are you calling stupid? A baby-faced girl like you will get kidnapped off the streets. If you're going to be independent, you have to be smart about it. And that's why I came to see you. What? You can get work anywhere. Don't keep bothering me and my establishment. It has to be with you. Say that again? I get a good feeling with you. The lights, the music, all the people. It's comforting to me. I feel really good to be there. That's all. I want to learn from you. And learn how to create such a place for myself. You're strange. I guess. Are you still in school? No, I'm finished. I see. Can you speak English? I can. Say something. Hello, how are you? Are you visiting Hong Kong? No, sir, you cannot have a photo with me. Huh? Good enough, I suppose. How about your math? I'm an A-grade student. What's 14 times 12 minus 18? 150. That is elementary. Anyone would know that. You know, I was top of my class for math. A lot of people asked me to be their tutor. Okay. Hold on, the air conditioning is kind of low. I have a cousin who needs some help at a record store. I assume you can pick up some shifts, right? Yes. Good. I'll put in a good word for you. Thank you. Is that all the gratitude you have for me? Can't I work for you? That again. Come back to me with a few more years under your belt. What can you do at a bar? I can be the bartender. You can drink? I can. What do you even know about bartending? I can make you a drink. Oh, what will you make? I'll make something suitable for an adult like you, between the sheets. What a precocious little girl you are. You're still a diamond in the rough. Learn a thing or two from the real world first. A diamond in the rough? Don't look down on me because I'm so much younger than you. Maybe I'll take over your bar someday. Such an attitude. You know, I'm not that much older than you. How old are you then? I don't need to tell you. Okay, baby girl, your milk tea is here. Thank you. I promised Cecilia that I would work hard to repay her. I started working at the record store that she introduced to me. It took several years to save up enough money before I could open my own video store. The original record store had eventually closed down, and Cecilia acquired the lease on the space for a good price. Home video was taking off. I thought it'd be my opportunity to make it big. When they first heard about it, my dad and my brother had their doubts about the video store. It wasn't just about money. I had my own reasons why I wanted to run a video store. It was really hard. Even with Cecilia's help in the beginning, it was difficult to turn a profit. Business was booming for so many people in the new decade. But for me, it seemed like I was going to be left behind in the dust. A few years later, Cecilia had turned the old funk bar into a shiny new disco. She threw a big party to celebrate its grand reopening. It was around the time I had just opened the video store. Hey, Samantha, what's got you looking so down? I look run down. I guess I'm worn out from all the dancing. There were so many ladies keeping me on the dance floor. I finally got a chance to take a seat. You're so popular. People keep asking me the whole night, who's that sweet dancer? I thought I was supposed to be the star tonight. Yeah, really? Well, maybe now's the time you should hire me to work at your bar. I can be your star dancer. We could be famous. Huh? What's that crazy talk? What about your video store? Well, it's not like it's really doing that well. Maybe it'd be better to call it quits. Sorry, Cecilia, I don't mean to be always depending on you. How many times I have to tell you that it's not an issue? You think running a business will be that easy? I keep telling you, you have to give it more time. Don't get yourself down just yet. Here. Let's have another drink together. Let's celebrate tonight. Come on, Samantha, you're a diamond. You have to let yourself shine. Cecilia, I don't know where I'd be without you. Thank you so much. You're really important to me. You're so grown up now. Look at you. I can't believe I first met you here in a girls' school uniform. Heh. Would you like my look tonight? Sure, better than before. Don't you think I match you now? What? Are you drunk? I'm taking that drink away from you. I'm only letting you drink Coke. Come on, Cecilia. Enough acting like a big sis. Why don't we dance the night away? A year later, I was able to turn things around with the video store. Though I'm still close with Cecilia, I never did get a chance to work with her. Funny how things go sometimes. It was Saturday morning. Usually I would be tending my shop on a Saturday, but I had taken the day off as I had plans to meet my dad inside Cone. I heard my phone ring. Hello? Oh, Dad? Yes, I'm on my way. Oh, okay, I'll pick them up. You don't have to remind me. Okay, I'll see you soon. I was just about to head out when my dad had called. He called to remind me about getting flowers on my way to meet him. He didn't have to remind me. Hope everything is okay. Both of them had it has been drama. Michelle walked out and called it a one-night stand. And now we're reminiscing from Sam's point of view. I wouldn't have forgotten, especially for such an occasion. I heard the phone ring again. Again? When the phone sounded the second time, I let it keep ringing. My dad had a habit of calling back to nag me about some other thing. If anything, I was going to see my dad soon. He could talk to me then when I saw him. I had to get going if he wanted me to meet him on time. I lived not far from the Prince Edward Street flower market. My mother used to bring me there a lot as a child. There were always a wide variety of flowers on display at the open-air market. From my earliest memory, I remember my mother had always kept a vase of flowers in our home. Flowers brighten the home and elevate the spirits, she said. My mother, in my memory, was someone who always put on a smiling face for everyone. I remember how satisfied she was to bring home a fresh bouquet of flowers. It was something that made her happy. I had gotten a bouquet of her favorite flowers. I was about to get on my bike and leave when my pager started beeping. I never thought I needed a pager, but it had been a gift from Cecilia. She said she needed to keep tabs on my whereabouts. I didn't like carrying it around at first, but now I admit it's quite useful to have. It had been Cecilia calling. She probably wanted to meet for dinner later. I'd call her back tonight. As I put the pager back into my pocket, the pager buzzed again. I should at least hear her message. It wasn't good to ignore Cecilia. Who knows, maybe the shop was on fire. I dialed from the nearest phone booth. Cecilia had left me a message. It was about Michelle. She said briefly that she had met up with Michelle and that Michelle was waiting for me in the stall. What was this? Of all the days that I actually have to be out, what should I do? I had a bit of time to spare. Oh, Mother, I'm sorry there's something else on my mind today. Please forgive your daughter's impure heart. She can't play around with games of romance for too much longer. Please understand, she's trying her best to live an authentic life. I made my way back to the shop. I saw from afar that the gates were shuttered. Was Michelle still there? I saw someone standing alone in front of the store. Ah, it was none other than Michelle. I quickly parked my bike and ran towards her. Michelle! She turned around and her eyes met mine. Please, just for today, come away with me. Hello, Moon. Welcome. I had brought Michelle to 𝒂𝒂𝒏 to visit my mother's grave. It was a special occasion. My mother is someone dear to me. I wanted Michelle to understand this side of me too. Afterwards, we had lunch in 𝒂𝒂𝒏 and we took a stroll around the townsite. It was late afternoon when we had finished looking around. When Michelle pointed out the sign for stargazing, I suggested that we go to a place where we could see the stars. I didn't want to go back just yet. I wanted to prolong the time we had together for as long as I could. Once we leave this place, would she still want to meet with me? I didn't know yet what she truly thought of me. It was selfish, I know. I didn't want to let go of her time just yet. We made our way through the mountain road and down to the beach. It was just the two of us alone that day. The weather was quite warm, but it was comfortable in the shade. We sat down in the shade of the trees and we looked out to the sea. Michelle placed a cool pack on my neck. It was a cute gesture. It felt nice. I wanted to lean against her, but I thought against it. I couldn't. There was an awkward tension between us. We talked together about this and that, but we both avoided talking directly about what we wanted to know most. Time was leisurely. As time passed by, I felt more at ease, and so did Michelle. We talked. We listened to the waves. I felt at peace. I never felt such a feeling before with anyone. I didn't want the night to come so soon. Eventually, the sun came down slowly, and then one by one the stars appeared in the night sky. We gazed at the stars. Michelle was inquisitive. I wanted to share with her all that I knew, and I was curious to hear from her what she thought. Would we share the same ideas, the same dreams, the same desires? I felt Michelle lean against me. She rested her head on my shoulders. Michelle had fallen asleep on my shoulder. She slept soundly. She looked a little flushed. It had been a long day for us out in the sun. Her eyes fluttered in her sleep. I wondered if she dreamt a dream. I gazed at her sleeping face and wished upon the stars, a small wish. I didn't want to ask too much, but if I could be someone in Michelle's life, I'd be very happy. So what's this one about? So basically, two girls are falling in love in 1980s Hong Kong, and now we're reminiscing from the other character's point of view after the main character basically said, no, tonight was a one-night stand and then left. I just want her to be happy. The clouds soon covered up the stars. The night couldn't last forever, and the dream would have to come to an end. It was late into the night. We had gone back to my apartment. Michelle had been quiet since we returned from the beach. A silent air persisted between us. In my limited years of wisdom, I've learned the best thing to dispel tension was to eat. It's been a long day. Want me to put on a movie, or are you hungry? We can get something to eat. There are still a lot of late-night eateries open here. Sam, I'm not hungry. Oh. I wanted to know from Michelle what she felt about me. I had always been confident about my intuition, but I didn't want to ruin the already perfect day I had. I was content. I didn't want to push Michelle away again like I had done last time. Sam? Michelle? I felt Michelle hold on to me from behind. I turned to face her. She asked me quietly, with anticipation in her voice, "How do you feel about me?" Forget it. It's nothing. I shouldn't hesitate. I should tell her how I felt. I like you. What do you mean? I would like us to be more than this. More? If it's something possible with you, it's impossible. We're both... I just think... Michelle, look at me. I wanted to express what I couldn't say in words. Was I unfair to Michelle? I adore Michelle. I didn't want to make her unhappy. If I could ask one more thing, I wanted Michelle to me too. I had woken up with Michelle in my arms. The room where I normally slept alone was filled with her presence. Michelle slept in my arms. Her touch was warm and soft. The way her body rested against mine felt like we were made for each other. Would she want to eat breakfast with me? Would she want to spend the day with me? Michelle slept like an angel. I shouldn't wake her up just yet. It was sometime later in the morning when I felt Michelle fidgeting in my arms. She sighed softly. She must have been waking up. She turned to her side with her back towards me. Her tousled hair fell along her jawline and laid on her shoulders and neck. I wanted to trace my fingers along her bare skin. Michelle seemed so delicate in my arms. I wanted to hold her closer. I wanted to call out her name. Michelle. Michelle? Michelle, I like you. Michelle slowly turned to face me. I said to her what I felt sincerely from my heart. I wanted to cherish this time we had together. I brushed back the hair covering her eyes. I wanted to express to her my affection. I was bursting with happiness to be with her like this. Everything that had happened yesterday was so wonderful. Michelle struggled to say something. I felt her stiffen in my arms. Her expression darkened. She looked teary-eyed. Did she not feel the same way? I have to go. Michelle. Please, Michelle. Please stay. We can spend a day together. Don't be quiet like this. Talk to me. I can't be like this with you. A pang had wrung in my heart. I just can't. Michelle. Don't, Sam. Any more than this. We can't. Michelle. I'm getting dressed. I suppose it couldn't be anything more than this. I watched Michelle dress quietly. I didn't want her to know that I was hurt. Michelle made her choice. I was losing her. What could I have done to stop her? I saw Michelle leave in a taxi from my balcony window. This time, bittersweet tears streamed from my eyes as I watched her leave. Had this heart-pounding romance come to a close already? I cried all that morning. Michelle calmly walked out of my life. There was no melodrama, nor any fanfare. It was a simple, objective end. And that's where we left off, I guess. I wish it didn't have to be this way. If there was a chance I'd see Michelle again, I hope I would be strong enough to... Did you? Rewind? What are we doing? What's going on? Oh, back in the office. I guess this is Michelle's point of view again. When I was a young girl, I imagined myself getting married at 25. My spouse would be handsome. He would be from a wealthy family. I would have 2 children, a girl and a boy. We would live in an apartment with a view. On sunny days, I would take my children to the park to play, and on weekends, we would have afternoon tea with my mother and my in-laws. It was a picture-perfect life that I had imagined for myself when I was a child. I haven't thought about marriage in a long time. I was busy with school, and I was busy with getting a job and progressing my career. Did I still imagine such a life for myself? If Sam was a man, we would have met differently, and maybe we would have been... No, it wouldn't have been the same. It had been a few weeks since I had last seen Sam. I made a firm resolution not to see her again. I don't know what I could even say to her if we met again. It was my fault. I know I had gone so far as to do such a thing with her, but it wasn't something I would do again. It was one of those things that happened in the heat of the moment. We lived in different worlds. If I want to keep going in my career, I have to keep my reputation. If someone were to find out about this, who knows what repercussions I could face. My mother, too. What would she do if she found out about us? I was her only daughter and her closest family. I don't want to make her sad. There's no point in thinking about this anymore. I have to keep moving forward with my own life. So I kept working away. I put in more overtime. I needed an outlet for my energy. I might as well put it towards my work. My goal was to finish the summer quarter on top. After several weeks of long days at the office, my efforts must have been finally noticed. My supervisor came over to my desk to personally thank me for my hard work. She said I had contributed so much to the company that my co-workers needed time to catch up with my reports. She asked me to take the next day off as I've been working too much overtime lately. I protested over her concerns. Too much overtime. She should be happy that I was so invested in the company. Hello, Joshua. Welcome. Joshua Serratos. There's 2 Joshuas in the chat now. My supervisor wouldn't hear any of it. She insisted that I take a short break. She shooed me away from my desk, going so far as getting Joey to escort me home. What would I do on a weekday when I don't have work to go to? Hello, normal student. Welcome. Yes, I am streaming. Michelle, you look pretty tired these days. Are you feeling alright? Michelle? Huh? Oh, that's right. I was on the train with Joey. Oh, yes? Sorry. Is everything okay? Yes, don't worry. I don't remember his voice. Like a generic man voice. Just something has been on my mind lately. Were you bummed about the World Cup finals? Previous streams you couldn't tune in. Nah, it's okay. You tune in when you can. I appreciate it. Anyway. Huh? I placed a bet with my friends on who would win the final. I lost a few hundred on it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. If you made a bad bet, I understand it completely. No, it's not that. No? Really? Don't worry about it. If you're sad about something, the best thing for it is to eat a good meal. That's right. Why think when you can eat? That's what I like to say. Right. Oh yeah, there's this new beef biscuit place. Have you had it yet? Which one? It's near your shop. Want to have it together? It's really good. We haven't gotten around to having dinner yet. I gave Joey a look over. He's nice. He's well educated. He has a good job. He's not bad looking. He seemed like a smart and clean-cut guy that my mother would approve of. I guess I should give this beef brisket place a chance. It was on my way home after all. Oh no, he's gonna go. No, don't take Joey. I went with Joey to the restaurant. It was a small cedar restaurant that specializes in serving beef brisket noodles. Clean-cut guy. I guess just a normal dude that isn't messy, I guess. So hello, Abufo. Isn't dinner time for you? There was a line out the door, but I turned tables quickly. I swear if she ends with him, the game goes straight to hating list. There might be multiple endings. Maybe there's an ending where she can end up with him, but it's like the bad ending. People in groups of 3 or less were seated with other small groups in shared tables to move the line faster. I didn't care either way to share or wait for another table. We decided to share a table with another restaurant patron. I didn't realize until we were seated that a familiar video store owner was seated at the same table with us. It was Sam! Of all the people I could have ever run to, At a restaurant, it had to be her. She made a glance towards me as I took my seat. Oh my god, why was her skirt so short? Sam must have seen me, but she didn't say anything. I feel like your skirts are like similar length. What are you talking about? I think she was as surprised as I was. Joey, oblivious of all tension, took the seat between us. I can't believe we got in that fast. Right, Michelle? Yes. Excuse me. Joey awkwardly bumped into Sam as he took his seat. I hope you don't mind sharing tables, Michelle. It's kind of intimate, right? Sitting side by side? It's okay. Let's look at the menu. Joey held up the menu. He blocked all sight of Sam. I could not see her reaction at all. Not long after we had sat down, a waitress came by with an order pad in hand. Are you ready to order? Not yet. The waitress went to wait on other tables when she saw that we were not ready to order. I looked over the menu. The main course was a signature beef brisket noodle soup. Patrons could select different meat cuts as extra toppings. What beef cuts I preferred was an inconsequential choice for me at this moment. What do you think is good? Do you like tender meat? If you do, then you can get the number 2, and I can get the number 1, and we could share the meat. Oh, I'm okay with tender meat. No, well, why don't you try it? I pushed my seat back to sneak another glimpse of Sam. She was looking down into her empty bowl of noodle soup. She had a blank stare. I couldn't read it. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't find the words. I felt boxed inside the small restaurant. I hadn't prepared myself to meet Sam yet, not so soon after what I did. Seeing her brought again all the emotions of guilt, fear, shame, and remorse. I didn't want her to see me here, especially not with my coworker Joey. Would she even want to see me again? Does she hate me? Excuse me, Excuse me, miss. May I get the bill, please? Okay, here's the bill. The waitress had grabbed the bill for Sam. Sam paid in cash and walked out. She didn't even bother waiting for change. She definitely saw me for sure, but she didn't say a word to me at all before she left. How many endings are in the game? I don't know. Maybe like 2 or 3? I'm not entirely sure. It was still summer, but the gust of air from the door opening as she left felt cold. Waitress, we're ready to order. It just sounds like the tiger guy from the cereal brand now. What do you want to order? We'll have one number 1. And Michelle, you have the number 2, right? I should make a choice. I've been going along with the flow of things, not considering what I desired most. This decision might be an inconsequential choice in the end, but I didn't want to have any regrets. Should I go after Sam? Or should I finish my meal with Joey? It's true, I didn't end things cleanly with Sam, but I had already made my decision that morning. I didn't need to say anything more to her, right? Bye-bye, Joey. Wait! Huh? I'm sorry, I just remembered I had something important to do right now. I have to leave. Oh, was that your friend there? You two kept looking at each other. Yeah. If it's something important, it's better to talk face to face. You shouldn't keep her waiting. That's right. I'm sorry, I'll make up a dinner with you next time. Please enjoy your meal, okay? Today, okay? I will. I'll see you next time at work. Yes, I'll see you. Excuse me. Okay, waitress, I'll have the number 1 then. Make it an extra large. He took that surprisingly well. I excused myself and made my way out of the restaurant. I was upset. I was scared. I was hurt. I was overwhelmed by emotions. What I did last time to Sam was awful. But to be given the cold shoulder from Sam like that, you deserve it, honestly. It pained me. It was as if we ceased to exist in front of each other. It was what I wanted from the beginning. But it shouldn't be like this. I shouldn't have ended things with Sam like that. And I didn't want Sam's last impression of me to be a misunderstanding. I followed after Sam. It was dark now. Rain was slightly drizzling outside. The clacking sound of my heels echoed loudly in the narrow roadway outside. Sam must have heard me running after her, but she didn't turn around. She got onto her bike and started up the engine. The sound of the motor was loud. Was this all that will be between us? I didn't want to accept it. Not like this. If Sam thought she could get away without acknowledging me, I was going to be really upset. I had to get her attention. I called out her name. Sam! Sorry. She stopped revving her bike and she turned to look at me. It started raining more heavily. Sam, wait! Sam! There were tears in her eyes. She rubbed them away with her hands. Can you talk to me? Ugh. I just don't want to see it. Huh? Wait. Don't walk out on me like this. What? You're the one who walked out on me! That was because if I was gonna let go of something, I had to be resolute. Why is Sam that rude? Because the last time we talked to her was weeks ago when we left in the morning after the one-night stand. Let's not do this again. I get it. I understand if this is the path you chose for yourself. My path is different from yours. I get it. Huh? What are you talking about? Sam, what is it? I have to say it sincerely from my heart. Sam, The words were lost on my tongue. I couldn't speak. I still want to get to know you, Michelle. I won't bother you anymore if you feel otherwise. I understand. I looked into Sam's eyes. I haven't answered her yet, but the expression in her eyes already looked so sad. If we were to see each other again, would it be painful like this every time? It wouldn't work out between us, I rationalized. I had my own life. Sam had hers. She should be with someone that's better for her. It would be better for both of us not to see each other again. I was not a strong person. I was not brave, but if she said the words, maybe I would be strong enough. Sam? The words kept drying up in my throat. What was I doing just standing here? It's all right. I get it. You don't have to say it. Get what? Sam had a look of resignation. She'd given up on me already. I did something wrong to her. I still haven't owned up to what I did. But this was my last chance to make things right between us. If I was going to end things cleanly between us, I had to tell her. I had to say it. I want for us to be more than this. Please give me another chance. Michelle, are you sure about this? Yes. You know, the feelings that I have for you. I love you. Even in this short period of time, I love you, Michelle. Sam! I'm not gonna run away this time. Michelle. Yippee! They're together! Probably. It started to rain heavily. Thick rain droplets fell from the sky and pelted us both. Was it typhoon season already? It didn't matter. This was not the time for me to run for shelter. Sorry. I broke the tension by sneezing. Again. I walked straight towards Sam, while the rain continued to fall. Bless you, thank you. I wanted to show her that I was not a person who would give up so easily. Thank you for blesses. Sam, look at me. They're kissing! I pulled Sam towards me. I brought Sam's face right up to mine, and in the torrential rain, we kissed. It didn't matter to me at all if anyone else saw this. All I wanted was to be with Sam again. I could not let her go. Not again. Good ending? Probably, yeah. We'll see how the mom will react. There was a moment of pause before Sam returned my kiss. She was shocked, probably at my boldness. I didn't expect Sam to forgive me. It was understandable if she did not want to reciprocate my feelings. I readied my heart. But when I felt Sam put her arms around me and kiss me back, my heart overflowed with joy. I was crying tears of happiness. I never felt this happy before. The world around us seemed to pause for this moment. But of course, it never actually does. The rain continued falling on us. So much so that our clothes became heavy from the rain. It's raining so hard, but what should we do? Let's get out of this rain. Would you like to come back to my place? We can talk more and get ourselves dried. It might change into a storm if it keeps pouring like this. Sam, Michelle, I miss you. I miss you too, Sam. It's a short ride, but would you mind sitting behind me? On your bike? Yes, if that's alright with you. No, it's fine. Hold on tight, okay? Joey was creepy. I think Joey just awkward. Like socially awkward. We rode away on Sam's bike. We laughed out loud. It didn't matter who saw us or heard us. We had nothing to fear. I felt cleansed. It was as if the rain that continued to pour from the heavens was no more than a light sprinkle. I held on tightly to Sam's rain-soaked back. I was elated. It was as if a heavy weight had been taken off my chest. The smell of rain on the asphalt pavement was earthy. It was a pleasant scent. It reminded me of the day I spent with Sam inside Cone. The memory of it was still so vivid and sweet in my heart. It would be nice, though, I thought, to feel the cool sea breeze and the warmth of the summer sun again with Sam. I don't ever want to forget that day in summer. Drive slower. Be careful, we're gonna slip. Just hang tight, it's a short ride. We don't have helmets. How could you forget to bring one? It's alright, we're not far. Be careful. Okay. For the third time, I found myself in Sam's apartment. It was messier compared to the last time I visited. Dirty dishes collected in her sink. Empty takeout boxes and drink bottles were left on her table. The plants by the window had signs of wilting. Has she been keeping busy, I wondered. Sorry, it's a little messy. It's fine, I don't mind it. Here, let me hang up your jacket. I'll get you a towel to dry off. Thanks. If you neglect to water a houseplant, it will slowly wither and die. And if you water a plant too much, the roots would drown and the plant would rot. Since last time and now, was given enough, or was it too much? Would the plant be able to flower into the new season? I hoped that it would. What I was to Sam and what she was to me, it wasn't something that mattered anymore. I wanted to know for myself what feelings I had for Sam, and what feelings Sam had for me. You might have to start leaving some of your clothes here if this keeps happening. Did you end up eating, by the way? Huh? From the brisket place earlier. I didn't. I'm sorry to have interrupted your date. It wasn't a date. You want anything then? Want what? Something to eat to make up for your dinner. I don't really want to go out again in the rain. I could make something. I'm still a little hungry. Really? You can cook? You're always so surprised at everything I do. Do I seem like someone who can't cook? No, I didn't mean that. I'll make something. Any requests? Anything goes. Alright. How about black bean stir fry? Okay. Sam had me sit down and wait, saying her kitchen was too small to fit 2 cooks. I watched her prepare the meal. It didn't take her long to prepare the ingredients. She effortlessly cut up the vegetables she had in her fridge, and fried up the vegetables with some ground pork, along with some garlic, ginger, pepper, and black bean paste to taste. Her little portable stove packed heat. When she turned up the gas, flames quickly licked up the side of the wok and engulfed the entire pan. The ingredients were cooked in no time. Sam must have cooked a lot in the past. It made sense as she lived alone. She didn't seem to flinch when the oil sizzled and popped, nor when the flames erupted from the wok. If I had an older sister, she might have cooked for me like this. I wasn't a spoiled little sibling, though, and Sam wasn't my sister. It's ready. Only one side dish? Huh? It's not enough? Well, I'm used to having a variety of dishes. You have too many complaints. Please compliment me for once. How is it? Does it taste good? It's not bad. That's it. Not bad means it's not bad. It's a compliment. If it's not bad, then you should say it's good. If it's good, then I'll say that it's good. It's not good. It's good enough to eat every day. Oh, Michelle. Do you cook often, Sam? Sometimes it's nice to eat home cooking every once in a while. I see. How about you, Michelle? No, my mother cooks for me at home. Alright, see you, normal student. Good luck with your assignment. That's nice. I'm sure she makes great meals. Sam, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry about my mother? It's been a long time. It's nothing to feel sorry about. You know, my dad was the one who cooked in my family. I learned how to cook from him. Black bean stir-fry was his favorite dish to make. Oh, I see. My mother used to work quite late, so my dad was the one who took care of the household. We had a strange family dynamic, don't you think? No, not at all. I'm glad I could experience a part of your family. Michelle, thank you, Sam. I'll help you with the dishes. Okay. It seems like the rain has stopped now. It looks like it. Will you be heading out? What would you like to do, Michelle? I should call my mother and let her know I'm coming home. I see. But I want to stay a little bit longer. I want to talk to you more. Is that okay with you? After what felt like an eternity, Sam answered me. That's alright with me. I'm happy to spend time with you. I miss you. Sam, I like the way you observe everything around you, and the way you express yourself sincerely. But please know I don't want to be someone that makes you uncomfortable or feel ashamed of yourself. I hope you can understand how I feel. Beneath her cheery disposition, there was a falter in her voice. Sam's lips were tilted upwards, but her smile was bittersweet. I could feel the weight in Sam's words. I shouldn't be replying her half-heartedly, nor should I take for granted her feelings. I was the one who had given her the cold shoulder. I had hurt her. I shouldn't expect Sam to still want more than this. In the heat of the moment, I said that I wanted her. In the heat of the moment, I was being true to myself. It was cowardly of me to have run away the next morning. What I couldn't face the next morning was myself. I didn't want to accept, yet, that I had feelings for Sam. I was scared. I was scared of the repercussions of furthering our relationship. But when we are together, it's as if the troubles in my mind had washed away with the rain. I wasn't afraid to be with her. Sam, there's so much I don't know. All I know is that I keep thinking of you. I missed you. I miss you so much. Michelle, the one thing that I'm certain of is that when I'm with her, I don't want anything else. Michelle, I know we share something special. Please, let me be a part of your life. Even after the summer is gone, I still want to be here for you. Sam, please. It doesn't matter if summer is over. Please be with me. We held each other for a long time. When we broke free from each other's arms, I saw that Sam was smiling from tooth to tooth. I felt giddy too, as if I was on the moon. I never felt this way before with anyone. One day, I'd be able to properly convey my feelings to Sam in words. I couldn't find the right words just yet. What I felt for her was more than affection between friends, and deeper than mere physical attraction. I wanted to learn more about Sam and the world around her, and for her to learn more about me. The vocabulary would come to me soon, I know. Later into the night, I asked Sam to put on a movie for us to watch. She dimmed the lights and put on a video. We watched the movie on her bed. It was a light and funny movie. Sam laughed candidly. She leaned her head on my shoulder. Her hair smelled nice, I thought. It was so good to spend time together again like this. The day on the beach with Sam was so dreamy. I wish I could relive that day with her. The past cannot be undone, but I hope that I could be strong enough not to repeat it. I believed in Sam's words. When she said that she missed me and wanted to be with me, my heart swelled. I was happy that I could make amends with Sam, though a small part of me was scared. I worried that I might have merged something in our relationship. A tiny voice in my head wondered, would Sam still love me the same way? Would it be possible for us to be as we were in the past? Sam was such a nice and gentle person. She had never done anything to hurt me. She had always been kind to me. Trust, it was something difficult to gain and something much easier to lose. The 2 months we were apart were like a century. I looked for Sam's glances during the movie. I wanted her to look at me the same way that she did before, but there was some reservation in the way she was around me. I could never really read Sam that well. I wanted to know how she truly felt. I leaned back against Sam's shoulder, and she automatically wrapped her arm around me. Her hand rested on my thigh. Sam moved her palm up and down the creases of my skirt slowly, as if it was her own idiosyncratic habit. I shifted my leg and fidgeted in my seat. I felt guilty that I couldn't really pay much attention to the movie. A movie could be saved for viewing at another time. Tonight I wanted was to affirm the love that we have one more time. Are they gonna do the thing? Michelle, Sam, I missed you. You fade to black, guys. Yeah, we fade to black. We don't have the aloe patch. There was something incredibly indulgent about waking up late on a weekday that made it almost seem criminal. I had stayed over at Sam's place. It was late morning by the time the light of the sun streamed through the window blinds, its warm rays landing softly on our bodies. It gently woke us up from our slumber. We took our time getting out of bed. The world outside had already been long awake. I could hear the sounds of cars and the activity of people outside while we still comfortably laid on the bed. I felt Sam drawing slow circles on my back. I turned to face her. She was beaming with a radiant energy. It was dazzling. I felt shy. I wasn't used to being with someone like this. I buried my face onto Sam's shoulder. She responded by tenderly wrapping her arms around me. It wasn't bad, I thought, to be close to someone like this. Being held and touched, it made my heart race. It was a beautiful September day. The sky was so blue, there was absolutely not a cloud in the sky. The air was refreshingly clear after the heavy rain last night. I was glad I could share this morning with Sam. We eventually got out of the bed. We showered and got dressed. I borrowed some clothes from Sam. I had trouble picking something out at first. Sam's closet was full of flashy, colorful outfits. Only Sam could pull them off the way that she does. I looked for something more plain and simple. While I was deciding on what to wear, I noticed Sam was putting on a pair of jeans, and I thought it might be nice to match her a little. I picked out a cream-colored turtleneck and a stone-washed denim skirt to pair. What do you think? Ah, you look great. You could be a Miss Hong Kong. Really? Is that a compliment or an insult? It's a compliment. I'm saying it from the heart. You're beautiful. Do I look too young for this look? I don't want people to mistake me as your younger sister. Eh? I think the clothes look really fashionable on you. You look like the cool and independent woman that you are. Oh, hello, Bear Finland. Welcome. Really? I hope I can match you. You look really stylish today. Aw, Michelle, I think we look perfect together. Your hair. It looks good this way too. Oh, thank you. Will you be heading to your shop later today? Not today. Today's my break day. Really? I didn't know that. How about you? You don't have to go into the office today? You got nothing better to do, so you watch the stream like you normally. Alright. I'm not sure how close we are to the end, but I might rewind it and see like what other endings there might be. No, I don't. I was given the day off. Why don't we go somewhere then? Where? There's so many places we could go. How about Ocean Park? It won't be too busy on weekdays. I don't really like amusement parks. Aw, really? Are you scared of the rides? I'm not afraid. They aren't exciting enough to be worth the lineups all day in the sun. You're quite amazing not to be excited by amusement parks. Is that so? I just think we're a little too old for them. You're never too old to enjoy something. I suppose. It's just today, I want to look good in front of you. Michelle, I feel the same way. I want to show you off today. What would you like to do then, Michelle? Anything is fine. Anything except for the amusement park? Yes. No particular destination came to mind for either of us. We decided to go to the metro station and make our choice there. We played a game. One of us would blindly point a finger at the metro map and would go wherever the finger landed on. It was decided by rock, paper, scissors, and I was the lucky loser. I approached the metro map. I closed my eyes and spun around. My finger pointed to 𝑺𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒕𔒔. 𝑺𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒕𔔄 it was. It was a silly game we played. The station officer made judgmental looks when we went through the fare gates, but who cares what he thought about us? We hopped on the southbound train. The late morning train was so much more relaxed compared to the early morning train. We took our seats. We were able to get adjacent seats without effort. As soon as the train started moving, Sam leaned onto my shoulder. She gave out a slight yawn. I thought to myself, would she enjoy working an office job? She normally has her shop open till late. It would be a major change of pace for her. And would I enjoy working as a shopkeeper? I'll be less reliant on my coworkers and more on myself to manage the business. It must be difficult in its own way too. I can't believe I would have never met Sam if not because of a broken shoe. If it wasn't due to a fluke accident, we probably would have never crossed paths. Despite how different our lives were, we were able to understand each other. It's funny when I think about it. The next station is 𝒌𝒴𝒐. Doors will open to your left. We arrived at our stop shortly. Our destination wasn't far. We didn't have anything planned, but with this good weather, I'm sure anything would be enjoyable. You're forgetting about her mom, though. We followed the flow of late morning commuters. Our first stop was a shopping plaza nearest to the station. What's better than shopping in the city? We had a leisurely time browsing through the stalls. We tried on cosmetic products and clothes for fun. What do you think about this outfit on me? Way too old. Huh? Too old? Coming from Michelle. Coming from Michelle? What do you mean by that? What you have on looks like something I saw my father wearing once. Well, I was going for the folk look. What? Like a cowgirl from the American Wild West. Like Patty Page? Not exactly. I was thinking of Kay Rivers. Who? Alright, Michelle, I want to see you try something on. I don't really see anything I like. Let me pick out something for you. Montage. Michelle, come out. Wait, I'm not ready. It's difficult to put this dress on. Okay, I'm about to come out. If it doesn't look good on me, just say it, alright? Okay. Don't try to flatter me. So, what do you think? What? Are you holding back your laughter? No, I just think you look really sexy. Stunning. I think it's perfect on you. Really? Yes, it's a very modern look. No. An open back dress is too revealing. Not at all. My underwear is totally see-through. I'm changing out of this. Michelle, don't forget to try on the other outfit. I picked out something to match too. Oh, that's a very fancy outfit. Ready, Michelle? I'm ready. So, what do you think? Oh, that's cute. You don't like this one? No. You look good. Really? I think you look stunning in this one too. We're ready to hit the disco. You look ready, but I don't know about this one for me. It's flashy, and the top is tight around the chest. It's a little uncomfortable. Is that so? The silhouette is quite fashionable. I think you should show your appeal sometimes. It's stylish, but I don't think this is my look. Don't get me wrong, I think you look glamorous. You're always so fashionable and eye-catching, more than any other pop star I've seen. Michelle, I think I should pick out my own outfit to try this time. I want to match you in my own way. Aw, Michelle, I look forward to seeing what you wear next. Don't expect too much. Alright, what you gonna wear now? There's so many outfits in this game. What? You look exceptionally cute. Like a plum blossom in the snowy mountains. Yeah? What do you mean by that? The look is so fresh. I can feel the spring breeze. Well, if you like it, I might just get it. I love it. Okay, it's on sale anyway. Please wait for me to get changed. It was fun trying outfits with you. Yes, I had fun too. We walked out of the shopping arcade and followed the signs for the pedestrian footpath. We walked along Victoria Harbour as if we were tourists in our own city. That can be fun sometimes. It was a wonderfully sunny day. I haven't seen such blue skies and white clouds over the city for so long. It was nice to simply admire the harbour skyline on days like today. Michelle, close your eyes. Sam placed a white hairband in my hand. Huh? For you. When did you get this? When you were trying on the clothes. You didn't have to get me anything. It's a small thing. I thought it looked good with what you're wearing today. You think so? Can you put it on for me? Of course. Sam placed a hairband on my head. Yeah, that is cute. How do I look? Perfect. You compliment me too much. Please be honest with me. Flattery will get you nowhere. I am being honest. You've caught my eye since the beginning. And I don't just say that to flatter you. It's quite a clear day today. Isn't it? It's nice after it rains. The air is fresh. It is. I should get a photo of you. No, thank you. Just wait a moment. What's that? A disposable camera. What's that? I saw them selling it at the kiosk. Isn't it neat? Is it expensive? No, not at all. Come on, Michelle. Lean beside the railing. Do a sexy pose. I don't really like photos. It's okay. Just stay there. Huh? The film is loaded. Let's not waste it, okay? 5, 4, 3. Ooh, wait! Say cheese. 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 Shoot! I left the flash on. I wonder how it'll turn out. Probably terrible. Throw it away. No way, I'm gonna use up the whole roll today. I'm going back to the mall. It's getting too sunny. I can't take the glare. It's not at all. It's our first date together. It'll be an important memory for me. It's nice to have something as a memento. Don't you think so? Yeah. Save this. Back. Yes. It is. It is nice to have something as a memento. Right? Sam? Oh, never mind. What is it? Do you think we can ask someone to take a photo of us together? Yes, of course. Let me ask someone. One moment, alright? Okay. I can't wait to see all these photos once they're developed. Are you sure you took them correctly? I'm sure. Oh look, the ferry's coming in. Wanna get on the ferry? We can continue our date on the island side. We can just get back on the subway to get across the harbor. It's faster. Come on, it's a wonderful day to be out. Let's have some fun, enjoy the view. The ferry fare is cheaper too. That's true. I'm getting on. Hey, wait for me. I went along with her. It's true, we didn't really have any specific plans in mind for the day. I've been so used to rushing here and there during my daily commute, I forgot I could take it slowly today. We boarded the ferry. The wind carried the strong, salty smell of the water, but it wasn't unpleasant. It wasn't a long ride. I watched the familiar skyline get closer. The skyline has changed so much over the years. I wonder what it'll be like for Hong Kong in the future. Will the view of the mountains be covered up by buildings someday? Will the landmarks I recognize still be there? Where would I be in the future? Where would Sam be in my life? I shouldn't think about these things right now. Today was a relaxed day for both of us. If I was at work, I'd probably be having lunch at my usual spot near my workplace at this time. I'd question if things were going smoothly without me. My supervisor had asked me to take the day off, but if I had to make up the time for all the work left undone in my absence, I should have just gone into work today. I was growing anxious. I didn't want a stack of documents waiting on my desk the next day. As if sensing my growing displeasure, Sam linked her arms with mine and squeezed my hand. It was time for us to disembark the boat. Look, there's a ding-ding tram waiting for us. Shh! Hurry, we have to hop on and make our escape. We're not in the movie. Please humor me. Okay. Oh no! The tram is starting without you, Sam! Hurry, let's get on! Ah, stop the tram! We got on whatever tram that was stopped near the port. I forgot to check the tram number. It didn't really matter to us where it was heading. I looked at all the buildings that passed us by. I saw my office building in view. I told myself that it would be alright. My co-workers were more than capable of filling in for me during my absence. I will not think about work today. Sam tapped my arm and pointed to something outside the tram window. It was a weird advertisement for a bug spray. Hey, don't stick your hands out the window. My father once told me that he saw someone lose his arm on the tram. Does that actually happen? It did, and it could again. Really? The tram moves so slowly. It's still dangerous. Please be careful. Alright. Now that I think about it, I haven't ridden a tram in a long time. Is that so? Do you use your bike instead? You know, my cousin is an actuary for an insurance firm. She said that motorcyclists are 7 times more likely to get into fatal accidents. That's crazy. Are you worried about me, Michelle? I'm just stating some statistical facts. Well, I don't take it into the city that often anymore. The roads are getting busier and busier. I mostly use it when I'm going to the countryside. I see. Do you drive, Michelle? No, I never learned how to drive. See. I want to get my license one day, though. It's something I've been putting off for far too long. There's no need to rush. There's so many bus lines these days, and they're always talking about expanding the subway. I don't think they'll ever build one all the way to Kowloon City. Maybe someday. I'd like to go on a road trip someday. A road trip? I think it's exciting to be able to go anywhere the road would take you. Really? Do you travel a lot? Not much at all. I'd like to if I had more money. Money aside, if there's a place you could go, where would it be? California. California? I like warm places. The thought of getting in a car and just driving for a long time on some winding road, with the wind in your hair and the radio on loud. Hello, Reaper, welcome! I think it'd be fun. I thought you had already been there before to visit your brother. It was a short trip, and I didn't really get to go anywhere then. It was one wedding banquet after another, and I had to fly back home with my dad. You see, I want to see the ocean again from the other side of the world. I never like to be anywhere far from water. It just doesn't feel right. Are you a fish? Perhaps in a past life? Eh. Say, what is it? Do you ever think about where you would be after 1997? Your brother lives in the United States. I'm sure it wouldn't be difficult for you and your father to get a green card. I thought of it, but Hong Kong is where my livelihood is. If we left, there would be no one to take care of my mother's remains. More or less, everyone that I know is all here. To uproot myself and start all over, I'm not sure if I want that for myself. Hong Kong is my home after all. It's a place filled with important memories. Don't you feel uncertain about what the future holds? That date is just another 10 years away. Do you really see yourself living freely then, as you do now? We don't know what the future will be. The handover is an inevitable outcome. We have to think about it now. My coworkers are always talking about it. Some already started their immigration applications. Like, political handover. What about yourself, Michelle? Do you plan on moving away? Me? I'm not sure. I don't have relatives overseas who could sponsor our immigration. If I go, I'll go anywhere our passports will allow. Green card takes a long time based on country. That is true. Perhaps Canada? It seems like a peaceful place. The air and weather might be good for my rheumatic mother. Canada, eh? I've never seen snow. It might be nice to visit in the winter. I thought you said you like warm weather. I never said I didn't like snow. I want to try skiing someday. Are you entirely pessimistic about Hong Kong's future? It seems so unstable. I fear that our civil liberties won't be protected. It'd be better to leave before it gets worse, I guess. If everyone packed up and left, what would remain of the city? What's wrong with people wanting to live their own lives and achieving their dreams? I have hope for a democratic future. As long as people are willing to stand for what they feel is right, we can enact change for the better. I want to treasure the city, its people, its culture, its history. If we don't try to protect it, who would? And we shouldn't stop at protecting the status quo. We should try to make it a prosperous society for everyone. It's the right thing to do. That's not realistic. Well, even if I moved away, I'll probably find myself coming back one way or another. It's hard to leave behind something completely. You talk so tough. Really. It's just my honest opinion. The future's not decided yet. We have the ability to decide it for ourselves. Well, if you don't have any plans on moving, I might as well stay and see how it goes. I just started my career. I want to see how far I can climb. Michelle. What? Are you starting to get hungry? Want to get off here? I'm a little peckish. Alright, let's alight. I know a restaurant around here if you'd like to try. Yes, take me there. We spent the day like this, letting our feet take us anywhere. The places and the streets that I've frequented often before seemed so different and new. It was exhilarating. I wanted to stay to go on and on. As we walked through the narrow city streets, I saw our shadows grow longer. No matter where we went, we couldn't avoid the setting sun at our backs. At the end of the day, we took the ferry across the harbor. The wind on the water was cold. I could feel the season changing. I watched the sky slowly darken with sand. A silver of the crescent moon could be seen between the buildings. I could tell from its pale golden light whether it was the waxing moon or if it was the waning moon. I wanted to ask Sam if she knew, but I held my tongue. I thought to myself, would it be possible to spend time together like this always? I have one more shot on the camera. What should it be? Can I take it? Of course. Okay, here. What will you take? Lean on the railing. Me? Yes. You'll develop these photos, right? Yes, of course. Then let me keep the last one. Michelle. Sam moved over to stand in front of the backdrop of the harbor skyline. She leaned against the railings and posed with confidence. The lightings reflecting against the water produced a soft, colorful glow. Sam smiled at me through the viewfinder. She had a lovely smile similar to that of her mother's. I told myself, I won't forget the smile. I counted down. 3, 2, 1. I took the picture, and I realized that I forgot to turn on the flash. I felt my heart drop. Would this picture develop into a blurred image? I didn't want to lose this moment. Even if my memory fades away, at least let there be a record of it. It was already dark, and I didn't trust the steadiness of my hands. You got it? Sam kept smiling. There was a sincerity in her smile. I couldn't help but feel the unknown. I think so. I'm excited to go develop these. Want to go get them done now? There's a photo developing store that's open till midnight near my place. Not yet. I don't want to see them just yet. I want to keep today's in my memory for a little bit longer, so I could look back on them later with fondness. Michelle. It had been a thought lingering in the back of my mind that I would eventually have to go back home. I was courageous when I was with Sam, but I feared that once I returned home, I would go back to the old way of thinking. I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts just yet. I'll be here for you. We can be together like this again and again, and create many more memories together. Sam, I know. I just had a good time with you today. I'm scared of losing it. I don't want today to end. Me too. I wish to be together longer like this. Sam, but I'll be here for you tomorrow and the next day. There's nothing to fear. Sam, I want to be together with you more too. But I should be heading home. My mother must be worried about me. I'm really sorry that I can't be with you more than this right now. That's alright. You think I won't let you go home? Well, no. Do you want to see me again? I do. I want to see you again. Me too, Michelle. I want to see you again. Sam, I feel ashamed. Not because of what we've done, but because I have to hide something. You're a good person. That's why you feel this way. Sometimes the truth can hurt someone more than a lie. And other times, it hurts more to lie to yourself than it does to pretend for another person. Whatever you choose to do, the most important thing is your own happiness. Sam? Can you accompany me home? I'll feel better if you can stay with me longer. Of course. Would you like me to wait a bit for you? It's alright. I can head back in by myself. Okay. Thanks for spending the day with me. I had a really good time. Me too. It was wonderful. I don't think she went home for like 2 days. Can I see you again? You can always. Like this is the second day. Please get home, Sam. Home safe, Sam. If you don't remember, you can walk back to the station and take the train. There's also a few minibuses that pass by this road that goes towards your place. Do you want me to call a taxi for you? Thank you. I'm sure I can figure out my way home. Okay. Michelle, are you sure you don't want me to wait around? No. I'll be okay. I'll visit you tomorrow if that's okay with you. Of course. I look forward to it. Then I'll head in. Good night, Sam. Good night, Michelle. It was inevitable. I had to go home at some point. I wondered what my mother would say to me. She must have been worried. I had spent an entire day with Sam without thinking much about my mother at all. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. I want her to understand that I wasn't a little girl anymore. Her overt concern could be too much sometimes. I'm home. Mother? I looked around the kitchen. The kitchen was spotless. All the dishes were put away. I saw there was no food left out for me. It seemed as if my mother had gone out or was already asleep. She would usually be watching her dramas at this time. I hope she wasn't too worried about me. A door opened. My mother came out of her bedroom. She's always in her room. She's never away. She did not look pleased. Cheong Fong Ha, where have you been? I'm sorry I've come home late. Do you know how worried I was? I'm sorry. I was about to call the police. It wasn't anything. Please, I'm not a child anymore. Don't worry about me so much. Not a child? You're my daughter. How can I not be worried about you? Why don't you listen to me sometimes? Was it a boy you were with? Why are you so quiet? Answer me. I wasn't with a boy. Then what is it? What made you become such a misbehaved girl these days? What? It's nothing. Nothing. You never used to be like this. Where did you get those clothes? No? I borrowed them. Borrowed? I'm still the same, Mother. It's just they're... What is it? I can't tell you. Your Father in heaven will be disappointed in you. I can't see it, but he can see what a second-hand woman you've become. Second-hand? Why can't you mind your own business? What? You're talking back. I wanted to trust you, but I know you have been lying to me this whole time. How can I keep holding my tongue when you're out there ruining your own life? What would your father think about this? I'm telling you all this for your own good. Huh? How can you use my father to guilt me like this? Guilt you, isn't it the truth? I've always been a good daughter. I've been diligent in my studies, and I've always given my best effort at work. I've done everything to make you and Father proud of me. How can I be happy when you're like this? When you're suspicious of everything I do? Your happiness? Why should you be unhappy? I'm the one hurt by you. You're still hiding something from me right now. Why can't you just trust me? Why do you have to control what I do? Not when you're behaving like this. The way you are is suffocating me. Huh? Suffocating? How dare you talk back to me? You think by being with a man for a night, you can suddenly talk back to your mother. What? Why do you keep insinuating this? If you want to know so badly, yes, I was with someone. Tell me, who is he? What's he like? Is he educated? What? I was with another woman. Another woman? What? Is he married? An affair? No. I was together with a woman. We're together as lovers. Huh? Mother, I'm lesbian. How could I ever tell you that so easily? That I'm... Just feel like I'm listening to an audio very captivating. Thank you. I'm trying my best. The words choked in my throat. Mother? Was it HKU? Was I a bad mother? What did I do to make you turn out like this? Mother, I can't look at you right now. Mother? I will go. Oh no. She got disowned. I grabbed a few things, and I quickly left the house. Our argument happened so quickly. We had said so much in that heated moment. I was ashamed. Not at myself, but for making my mother feel hurt. I couldn't explain why I got so upset at my mother. I should have been upset at myself. I was honest to Sam, but I couldn't be honest to my mother. I kept lying to her. That was why she was so hurt. But I'm not sure I could ever go back to my mother. I'm not sure if it was the right thing to have told her the truth. She was in such a shock. My mother's heart is so old and traditional. How could she ever accept this part of me? She must feel ashamed and disappointed in me. I'm sorry. If my father was still here, I'm sure he would be upset that I've become something of a scorn to my mother. And he too, he'll be ashamed of what I've become. I want my parents to be proud of me, But I just can't. I can't be everything for them. I can't be the daughter my mother wanted. I can't be the one who'll make her proud. Meeting Sam and being apart from her made me realize that I couldn't go back on the love that I found. I was happy when I was with her. I was truly myself. I couldn't go back on that. I shouldn't have to hide what I did for the sake of my mother's comfort. I couldn't leave Sam again. I thought of my mother's words. It repeated in my mind. How she treated me was much too harsh. Instead of anger or resentment, what I felt was a bitter sadness. Hot tears poured from my eyes. I've begun their disappointment. I didn't want to second guess myself again. What I did wasn't wrong, right? I just know I couldn't go back to my mother. I felt so guilty and ashamed to have caused her this pain. How could I ever face her again after this? I cried alone outside. The familiar street no longer felt like a part of the welcoming neighborhood that I once knew. I wasn't sure what to do. I had recently gotten Sam's number, but would she be alright if I imposed on her? The conflict I had with my mother was mine alone. I shouldn't have to involve her in this. I had all my bank cards. I'm sure I could find a temporary place to stay. As I was looking through my bag, I felt someone tap on my shoulder. Yep, she never left. Michelle. Sam? You're still here? I thought it might be good to wait on standby. Oh, Sam. Are you alright, Michelle? You're all teary. What happened? I can't go back home. Michelle. I got in an argument with my mother, and I said too much. My mother, Michelle, I'm sorry. It's because of me, right? No, it's not you. I can't speak for everyone, but I've been through something like this before. It was really difficult, I know, but it'll be okay. It'll take some time, but it'll be okay. Will it? Will it really? It will. It will be better. Maybe not tonight, maybe not tomorrow, but it will someday. I can't go back home anymore, though. I don't know if I could ever go back. Michelle, I'm really sorry. I don't know why it has to be like this. What should I do? If it's alright with you, you can stay with me. I don't know. I don't want to burden you. It won't be. I don't want to force onto you my own problems. It's not just your own problem to face alone. I'm here for you. You're really important to me. I understand your situation. Not everyone can understand so easily. It's not easy. I'm really sorry that it had to be this way for you. But you're not alone. We can figure this out together. I care for you. Don't feel as if you have to take this all by yourself. I don't understand why this has to happen. I'm sorry. I really don't want to bother you. Don't be sorry. Do you still want to be with me? I do. Please be with me. I need you right now. I'm here with you. Let's look forward to something better. Your mother will understand someday. She loves you. And it'll be different someday, I'm sure. It'll be alright. Sam. Can I go back with you tonight? Yes, let's hail a cab. Thank you, Sam. We hailed a cab back to Sam's place. I cried on her shoulder the whole car ride back. I started living together with Sam after this. And so began a new chapter in my life. Several months have passed since I had that conversation with my mother. I tried a few times to call her, but every time I heard the phone sound, I found myself hanging up after the first ringtone. I couldn't bring myself to speak to my mother yet. The words I had planned out in my head got stuck in my throat whenever I tried to call her. I didn't know what to say to her. I wanted to apologize, but at the same time, I couldn't. I tried to go see my mother, going as far as the doorsteps of my old house. Even then, I couldn't bring myself to enter through the front door. All I could do for my mother at this time was to leave some groceries for her at the door. Her hip had always bothered her, and without me, she might have difficulty carrying heavy loads of groceries. She doesn't have my father with her to take care of her anymore. She only has me. I was cowardly, but I don't regret what I have done. Still, I could not shake the feeling of guilt and shame entirely. I'm sure my mother must be worried about me, even now. What I did had hurt her. I must be a continual source of shame and disappointment for her. It's complex. The relationship I have with my mother has always been complex. All my life I tried to make her happy. During that moment of argument, I could not bring myself to keep lying to her. I couldn't lie to myself any longer either. We had to face the truth. I did not ask my mother to accept or understand me. I simply wanted her to let me be. When she outright rejected and shamed me, it had hurt so much. My mother had not contacted me at all since then. I was afraid she would never want to see me again. I was saddened and I felt guilty that I caused her this pain. Nonetheless, I have to keep going forward with my own life. I have to be true to my own happiness. Oh hey! The room is a merge of both of them. Like, you got the little plushie here on the bed. I'm covering it. But that's her plushie. And then the flowers are not wilted anymore on the balcony. And the room's a lot neater in general. And there's 2 bowls of food on the floor. Do they have pets? Alright. Since I started living with Sam, a lot has changed for me. I never thought in 100 years that I would change jobs. But with Sam's encouragement, I applied for an editor position within the same company where I worked. And to my surprise, I got the position. My coworkers and boss were all supportive of the change. Writing was something I wanted to do since I was in school, but I didn't have the confidence to pursue it then. It can be quite challenging work at times, but I enjoy the creative freedom that comes with my new work. I have to say that I'm quite pleased with the way things are progressing with my career. Sam, too, had experienced a few changes. Her store was getting busier, and she finally gave in to the advice of hiring someone to help her out at the store. It has given her more time to work on her personal projects with film archival. The past week, she was able to get a local theater to screen an older French film, Olivia. I had a classmate who studied French, so we were able to put together the subtitles for it. I think it's wonderful that little by little, we're able to move forward together in achieving our goals and dreams. This year, for Sam's birthday, I got her a film camera. It was a new Minolta camera that came out. Sam doesn't know it yet. I want to surprise her with it. Photography was another passion of hers that I want her to explore more of. I like her photos. I think she has talent. She likes to take photos of the city and capture the moment in time whenever we were out. Sam has been using a disposable camera this whole time, and I thought it'd be nice for her to have her own camera for once. She likes to say that it's not the quality of the camera, but the subject in the viewfinder that mattered most. But I think Sam would be happy with the gift. I know it was a little expensive, but I really want to encourage her with her talents like she has done for me. It'd be nice to look back on a photo album with all of the pictures that we have taken together someday. I've adjusted to my new commute and routine. Sometimes, on my return trip from work, I'd stop by Sam's store if she's working. There would always be something or another happening in the neighborhood. Over the past few months, I've watched quite a number of Sam's movies. I can see why Sam enjoys collecting and curating her selection of films. There's a certain magic to film that can't compare to your own vision and imagination that comes from reading a novel sometimes. There's another movie that I watched with Sam that I quite like by the name of Carousel. I've cried just about every time I've watched it. I had asked Sam to put it on so much, she said the tape could wear out any day now. I think she just doesn't want to watch it anymore with me though. I've tried a lot of new things with Sam. I gave it another chance and I went dancing with Sam. I became friends with a few girls from Ruby. I can understand why Sam respects and looks up to Cecilia so much. She takes good care of her staff and her friends. I learned a lot from her too on how to manage professional business and personal affairs. I've hiked a few of the local mountains with Sam. I have even camped on the beach with her. Even if our schedules don't quite match up sometimes, we do our best to make up the time somehow. What I'm looking forward to now is to make it past the busy Christmas season. The days leading up to Christmas came and went by like a flash. Things were going well when on Christmas Eve, during my Christmas work party, I got a call from the hospital. Mom! It was regarding my mother. I was told by the nurse on the phone that she was hospitalized. She had collapsed on the street. A passerby had found her fallen on the street and called an ambulance for her. The nurse said it was a severe case of Sorry. I was beside myself with guilt. Was my mother suffering from sickness this whole time while I was happy and having fun with Sam? Of course, I didn't have any idea about her well-being, as I couldn't bring myself to see or even call her this whole time. I left a brief message on Sam's pager and immediately went over to the hospital when my mother was admitted. Mother, she's sleeping. She has an oxygen mask. Oh, I hope she's all right. Excuse me, are you Miss Chung's daughter? Yes, I'm her daughter. Is my mother okay? Yes, don't worry. She had a bad case of pneumonia after affecting her breathing, but she'll be better soon after a course of antibiotics. See, have a seat. She was awake earlier, but she said she had been tired. I'm sorry she'll be able to see you soon. I see, thank you. When my mother had collapsed on the street, she must have been alone. How long did it take for a stranger to call for an ambulance to escort her to the hospital? I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I'm really sorry. I took a seat at her bedside. My mother slept soundly. I looked at my mother closely. She appeared older than I last remembered. It was undoubtedly my mother asleep in the hospital bed. Even asleep, my mother had a stern expression. I could recognize my mother alone by seeing her pursed lips. My mother had a natural frown. But it wasn't because she was a harsh person. She was diligent. She was prudent. She was a serious person. Years of work made her that way. I saw that my mother's perm was the same. She had worn the same hairstyle for as long as I could remember. But it surprised me how sunken my mother's eyes were. She had more wrinkles on her brow than I last remembered. She must have been extremely fatigued. My mother was a woman who would always paint her eyebrows and powder her cheeks before going out. Seeing her like this, without her usual makeup, was disconcerting. I never thought of her as a frail woman. Even with hip problems, my mother would never show her pain. It was painful to see my mother like this. I waited by her side. The regular beep of the machine monitoring her heart rhythm and respiratory rate was a soothing sound to my ears. There wasn't much I could do for my mother right at this moment. All I could do was wait for her to get better. Michelle. Excuse me? Sam, why are you here? I came as soon as I heard your message. Is everything okay? You didn't have to come. It's late now. Of course I'll come. How is your mother? The nurse said she'll be all right. She's been sleeping since I came though. I see. I'm sure she'll be awake to see you soon. I brought flowers. I hope your mother will like them. Thank you. Have you eaten? Not yet. I left work as soon as I could. I'll get you something from the cafeteria. That's okay. We can get something to eat later if that's fine with you. Could I ask you to get me a coffee instead? Of course. I'll be right back. Oh, Sam? Sam had already left. I wanted to ask for some cream with the coffee. There's something about hospitals that make you feel quite exhausted. Perhaps it was the lighting or the atmosphere that drained away your energy. Oh well, I'm sure Sam will remember how I take my coffee. I wanted to be alert. I planned to stay as long as possible at the hospital, at least until my mother was awake. I heard a whisper. It was barely audible. Fung Ha? She does look thinner a bit. Mother, you don't have to get up. Here, it's cold. Wear my scarf. My mother cleared her throat. She spoke again. Her voice was thin, but clear. Have you been eating well? You look thinner. I have. Don't worry about me. Please rest. You don't have to sit up. I'm sorry. I wasn't there for you. I'm really sorry. How's your work? It's going well. I changed jobs recently. Does it pay better? No, but it's something I enjoy more. I see. And you, mother? Is everything alright? I'm fine, except for dyspanomia. I'm sorry. That girl earlier, is she... Oh, that's right. She is... Michelle. I got coffee, but they only have milk instead of cream. Oh, excuse me. Sam. Mother, this is Sam. She's my friend. My girlfriend. Good evening. Good evening, Mrs. Chung. I'm sorry to hear that you were ill. I hope you're feeling better. Do you two live together? Yes, we do. So what do you do? Me? For work? Yes. Mother, you don't need to ask. You should be resting your voice. I'm only asking a simple question. Don't worry about it, Michelle. I own a video store in Mongkok. Is business going well? Yes, it's doing quite well right now. You look familiar. Do you do anything else? Mother! Oh, I get this question a lot. My mother used to be an opera actress quite a number of years ago. She wasn't that well known then, but people that know of her say I look quite like her. I see. Yeah? Really? I didn't know that. Have you eaten yet, Feng Ha? Not yet. You two should go eat. I'm tired. I want to rest. Oh, alright. We'll come back up shortly. No, it's late. I want to sleep fully now. You can come by tomorrow. Mother, we'll visit you tomorrow, alright? That's fine. Yippee! We're no longer disowned! I was terrified. I was holding my breath every time she was about to speak. You shouldn't be terrified of your mother. I'm glad to see her in good spirits. I'm sure she'll be out of the hospital soon. I think so. Isn't she as sharp as ever? There's so much judgment in every word that comes out of her mouth. I can see she cares for you a lot. Really? Do you feel better? It's been a while since that time. I don't know. I do feel somewhat better. I just hope things will be better between us. I'm sure it will. We can visit her again tomorrow. Oh, whoops. Let's have a lively Christmas party with her. I'll bring the karaoke box. She's not one for lively things, and I don't think the hospital will allow it. I'm kidding about the karaoke box. But really, I think she was very happy to see you. You really think so? Michelle, don't cry. It'll be alright. Sam, we can visit her more often from now on. Do you think she's okay with me? I'm not sure. But she seems to have taken an interest in you. My mother doesn't usually ask about other people, so I think it's not a bad start. That's good. Much better than you were thinking, right? I suppose so. I'm sorry, I let her ask you all of those things. I got scared and froze up when she asked those pointed questions. Don't worry about it. I'm sure those were things she wanted to know for a while now. She was just concerned for you. Please don't dislike my mother too much. She's just like that. I don't mind at all. My dad used to have such a bad temper with me. I can hardly believe with how relaxed he is now. Right? I think you and your mother are alike in some aspects. Huh? Really? Really? Hmm. Oh, what's that again about your mother being a theater actress? You never mentioned that to me before. Oh, that? It never really came up in conversation. Where did she perform? She was a traveling Cantonese opera singer for many years, though her dream was to become a film actress. She did end up starring in a few films in the 50s, but somewhere along the way she met my dad and had my brother. By the time I was born, she had already retired from film and returned to the theater stage. But my mother had always kept her love of film, and she brought me with her to the theaters to see all kinds of movies throughout my childhood. See, she's one of the reasons why I like collecting films. It's a small way of preserving the past for me. Sam? Hey, there's no need to cry over that. Let's eat before the food gets cold. Alright. Hey, why didn't you order the clubhouse sandwich? What about it? It's past 9 p.m. You're not worried about the carbohydrates in your rice dish? I'm starving. I want to eat a big bowl of rice. Share with me some of your curry brisket too. Okay. Here. When I think of my life, what I have, what I've accomplished, I think I'm quite content with what it is. I have my mother and father to thank. I know I won't be where I am now without all the care and love they have provided me. So many things have happened in the past year. I discovered a life that I wouldn't have known if I hadn't taken the chance to be true to myself. Things are still difficult, and life is not always rosy. What my mother feels about my relationship with Sam, and how others will come to terms with my living situation. There are things beyond my control. I know I cannot expect everyone to be understanding. It is a continual struggle to feel truly accepted by everyone. But I'm ever hopeful. I have my own pride and dignity. If I betray myself first, then what meaning would integrity have at all for me? Gossip, scandals, and rumors are things that can destroy a person. But I can't let the influence of others affect my individuality and personal happiness. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. My actions were not malicious. All I want to do is live freely, without guilt and shame. I know if it wasn't for Sam, I wouldn't be at all like this. I'm glad to have met Sam. Since meeting her, she has brought so much color into my life. I want to experience more new things with her. I want to see the world with her. I can't help but wonder what the new year will be like for us. I'm sure things will be alright for us both. I know there will be uncertainty ahead of us, but this is the life that I've chosen for myself. If my father is in heaven watching over me, I hope he can see this and be proud. Oh my god! I think that's the end. Wait. Is it copyright music though? Oh. I think I broke it. Did I break it? Oh wait. Okay. I just have to rewind. Yeah, I think that's the end. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on while the credits play. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. What, that's the end? Yeah, apparently that's the end, but we're gonna look at some of the other credits later. I mean, not credits, the endings. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. at wait. I think I loaded a bit. Wait. There should be the photo. Hold on. What's the ending photo? There's the ending photo. Yeah. This is the ending photo. So this is their first date together. It ends on a real nice photo. Hello, Talan. Welcome. Yeah, you missed the ending. Basically, they lived happily ever after. So now I want to look at what the other endings are. So let me check out, like, the episode. Like, not the episode. Like, the guides. Like, the guides on the scene real quick. Okay. What happened with the mother? Mother basically seemed to be tentatively, like, mother seems to be like okay with Sam. Like she doesn't seem super accepting, but she seems like to be good, you know? Alright, let's see. Alright, hold on. Let me restart. Restart the game. We'll just play a new game. Wait. And then we'll just skip the wait, what? Did I break it again? Wait, I think I broke it. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Skip it. Wait, wait, what? Oh yeah, skip it. And then we'll go. Wait. Okay. Keep skip. Oh my god, why does it? Wait, does it not? Wait. Skip. Wait. Skip. Skip transitions. Yes. Why is it? I don't know why it's stopping when we've seen this. Wait, is it slightly different? No, I don't think this is slightly different. I think it's the same. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's pick. Oh, the negative ending. Oh wait, my phone is running out of battery. Hold on. Ah! Things keep falling. Alright. What does that have to do with me? Why should I? Why not? Well, I thought since you're waiting for your shoe, I am, but okay. I think it's the same. I like dogs? Dog. I see. What do you ask? Okay, this is the same. Okay, this is the same. I don't know why. It's sensing things that are unseen, but we've seen it already. I'm pretty sure we've seen it. Get in the car. Bye-bye. I have to go back home now. I see. Get home safe. Alright, bye-bye. Keep going. Keep going. Alright, this is... What's his name again? Joey. Yeah, Joey. I was just in the area. We were playing hard to get. Please keep skipping. We've read this in the previous stream. I like watching documentaries. I don't like watching anything shallow. I like watching something that makes me think. Is that so? Well, you're in luck. I have a selection of documentaries too. Okay. Okay, keep skipping. We've seen this. Okay, we have seen this. I don't know why it's not skipping. Like it's. I love it. Liar, I can see it on your face. You don't have to pretend you don't like something. I appreciate you coming with me tonight. Okay. I'll take all the alcohol. Really? I'd like to see you try. I took the 2 drinks from Cecilia and tried to down them both. I wasn't good at holding my liquor, but I'd rather have a headache at work tomorrow than lose to Cecilia. I didn't like to show my competitive side, but something about Cecilia had just set it off. I didn't get why Cecilia had to push me around like this. I didn't do anything to her. Wait, Cecilia raised her hands in astonishment. Wow, I was just playing with you. Uh, Michelle, don't worry about it. You don't have to actually drink it. Okay. That's still the same. This is the part where she's dancing, I guess. Yeah, this is the part where she's dancing. I guess it can't skip through this kind of stuff. I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling well tonight. Michelle, I'm sorry. Alright. But I felt shy. Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay, I don't have to. Okay, hold on. I'm an idiot. I don't have to go through the whole game again. But in case, I'll just save. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I didn't save at the part where I had to chase after Sam. Oh, that's apparently where you can pick the bad end. Let me just load. Wait, where do I load? At least load the night that. Okay, this is the start of the stream. Skip through this, and then the mom is mad. Okay, this part's a little weird. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I broke it. I think we just have to watch through it. It's just old Hong Kong, I guess. Okay, there we go. Then we skip. Oh, I guess it's rewinding, so we see Sam's point of view. So now we have to skip through all of Sam's point of view. Actually, I think we can just do that. And then it should skip over everything. Nope, it's still not skipping over everything. Okay, is it skipping over everything now? I think it is. Okay, great. Oh wait, nope, it's still not skipping fully. It's very weird. Okay, this is back to Michelle's point of view, I guess. Ah, yeah, here it is. Okay. We shall. Okay, we save here. Alright. This is where we pick bad ending. I have the number 1. These thoughts ran through my mind, though when it came down to getting up and following after Sam, I just couldn't. I couldn't go and chase after someone I couldn't be with. Where would it go? It's not like we had verbally indicated to each other something concrete. We had only met a few times. Even if we were to become something more, it wouldn't work out. What will my mother think? What will my coworkers think? What will my family and friends think? I couldn't take it. It was too shameful. I had to let her go. I had already said all I needed to say to her that morning. She should understand that I wasn't the same as her. Okay, great! I can't wait for the meal! I had to move on with my life. We ended our relationship coldly. It was for the best that it ended this way. Offering the platitude of friendship would be insulting and cause more needless pain. It was better to cut myself completely away from her. Sam, I'm sorry. I wasn't brave like you. I finished my dinner with Joey. By the time we finished eating, it had started raining. It was an exceptionally rainy night. The sky was black with rain. Businesses nearby had all shuttered their gates. Joey went home on a bus. I waited for a taxi. I remember I didn't bring an umbrella that day, so I stood under the shop awning waiting for my ride to come. The rain was heavy and cold. I listened for the sound of a motorbike, but the streets remained empty and quiet. No taxi came. I ended up walking back to the station. I didn't know then that this was the last time I would see Sam for a long while. A few years have passed. There was one time that I had passed by Sam's video store while running an errand for my mother. I went inside to find that the shelves of videotapes and colorful movie posters were all gone. I was surprised to see it had changed into an electronics store. The store only had computer parts for sale. The shopkeeper who greeted me was an older fellow. I didn't recognize him. I asked about the video store, and he said that the previous owner had moved away. The area was changing. Things, of course, could never stay the same. As time went on, my mother became more and more vocal about me staying an unwed daughter. She said if I didn't act soon, I would miss my prime childbirthing years and leave her without grandchildren. My mother had her reasons for concern. I was falling behind my peers. Hello, Telekish, welcome. We're looking at the bad end of this game. We finished the game already though. My coworkers, old classmates, and cousins were all moving ahead of me in terms of marital status and wealth. I was reminded of this day after day. I did not want to be looked down on by anyone, including my mother. I eventually got married. The next year, my daughter was born. Coincidentally, she was born on Christmas Day. She was like a gift from God. My mother was pleased. I was a complete adult in her eyes now. My mother was lonely when I had first moved out, but after I had my daughter, she was overjoyed at the prospect of having a granddaughter to dote and give her all her affection. My mother absolutely adores Lillian and is delighted to see her wherever we visit. I'm happy I could give my mother this pride and joy. It was a September evening, 1997. Or literally 10 years. I was waiting at the airport with my young daughter. We were going to board a plane later this evening. It was a one-way trip. We were moving to be with my spouse's family living overseas. It took some time, but our immigration application had been finally approved. We will leave Hong Kong. We will become citizens of another country. Are you leaving your mom in Hong Kong then? It'll be a permanent move. If all goes well, I'll support my mother to move and be with us too. Oh, okay, that answers my question. It was going to be better for all of us, we decided. Things were getting too busy, too competitive, and too costly to sustain a comfortable living in Hong Kong. I wanted a better future for Lillian. I wanted her to grow up in a place where she could think and speak freely without fear of change. I wanted to give Lillian a happy childhood. I didn't want her to be too burdened by schoolwork and competition from her peers. In the new country, she would have to adopt a new culture and language. She might have trouble making friends and adjusting to a different school system at first. She might forget her childhood home one day. Perhaps she'd forget her own mother tongue and culture, but it was all for the best. Lillian was sleeping on my lap. I wonder if she shared my worries. I suppose she was too young to fully grasp the consequences of our move. To her, it probably felt more like an adventure. It was good we decided to move while she was still young. Our flight had been delayed, so we had been waiting on standby in the departure gates. I looked around and listened for announcements that would update us on the status of our flight. It was past midnight, and yet the airport was bustling with travelers eagerly waiting to board their planes. Good evening. This is the boarding announcement for Flight 872 to San Francisco. We will begin boarding shortly. Please have your identification and boarding pass ready. It looked like the gate across was about to begin boarding. Enthusiastic people had already formed a line before the attendants could make a roll call. What plans would they have in sunny California? I mused. It was a place I hadn't visited before. Not long after the announcement, I saw a woman running towards the gate. I noticed her because of the colorful sundress and oversized sunglasses that she wore. She was dragging her luggage behind with much noise. She appeared to be in an ecstatic rush. I saw her join the back of the boarding line. She looked again and again behind her. She seemed anxious. She had a nervous energy about her. I presumed she was waiting for someone to join her. Whoever it was, they better hurry. The plane had started boarding. This route has more story and focus than a happy ending. The happy ending was like a positive message, but this is like you get to see their future. But actually, the happy ending also had a bit of the future, but this is like far into the future. Then someone seemed to have caught the woman's eye. She started waving her hands excitedly at someone. I wondered who it might be. A friend? A lover? Who was it that made this woman feel so excited? And then I saw her. It was Sam. It was, without a doubt, Sam. She had on a pair of sunglasses, but I could recognize her from the smile That was the same as it was all those years ago. She looked like she hadn't aged at all. She sported the same long wavy hair as she did back then. She had in her hands a pair of warm drinks. She handed the woman one of the cups she had in her hands and joined her at the back of the line. They appeared close. The other woman seemed to be chiding Sam for arriving right as the plane was beginning to board. Sam was smiling. She looked happy. Sam put her arms around that woman. The other woman wrapped her arms around Sam. It seemed all was forgiven. I wondered what things would have been like between us if things had happened differently. It was something I thought a lot about then. But that was all something in the past. We've gone our separate ways. The flight attendants from the airline across made another announcement, and their line began moving forward. One by one, passengers checked in and entered through the gates. They would be in California after a night's sleep. I looked up one last time, and I saw Sam leaving through the gates, and then I lost sight of her. I wished from the bottom of my heart that she'd have a good trip. I hope Sam was living happily. I felt Lillian shifting and turning on my lap. I watched her sleep. Her expression was so serene. I was happy to become a mother and to have a daughter like Lillian. I felt at peace at this moment. It won't be long for us to board our plane as well, and we'll start a new chapter in our lives. I wonder if it's still raining outside. Oh, that's it? Damn. We don't even get to find out like who she met. I guess it's not important. Was it? Is it gonna end yet? Are you gonna load the credits again? Oh, it just ends like that. Damn. But let's see. We're missing some photos here. But maybe it's the adult patch. I don't know. Who knows? But that was the end of A Summer's End. See, it's called A Summer's End. So it's A Summer's End, Hong Kong, 1986. So if you want to get the game, you can. Because there is an adult patch that cuts some content. I'm not sure like how much content is cut out. Because I'm not gonna risk playing an adult patch on stream. I'm not gonna do that. And wait, what's when is next stream? When is next stream? Where's my schedule? Where's my schedule? I have my schedule somewhere. Oh yeah, I have my schedule. Hold on. Let me put my schedule up. Okay. Next stream is Thursday. It is class of 09. It is not gonna be as wholesome. I've heard it's gonna be kinda funny. You're happy it had a happy ending. So many stories like this are devastating. That is true. For a game for its time, like set in its timeline, it's got a pretty happy ending, and I'm pretty glad that it turned out. Like, it doesn't outright say whether or not like they still stay together in like 10 years, but it seems likely, and they seem happy with each other, and that seems the most important. But yeah. Alright, so next stream, Clash of 09. It's not, so yeah, not as wholesome, and it's about rejecting people, and it's got a lot of swear words, maybe? I don't know. It's still a visual novel, but it's not gonna be as long. They build characters and kill them off. Kill off all the LGBT. Well, I shouldn't say that, I'll get clipped out. And then Friday, we have a collab with Cupcake Conjurer. I might do some streams over the weekend, just randomly. But for now, this is the stream for now, because I need to do work. Because, like, I might have, like, supervisors drop in randomly, so I need to be on top of things. So, yeah, that's the reason why I can't really slack off. Collab, yeah. Yeah, collab! But, yeah, thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Don't miss a collab. Yeah, collab. Yeah. Hi guys! Wait, how many people are here? Oh, there's 9 of you. Should we raid? Wait, should we raid? Let me see if raiding works actually. But you can go. I'm gonna see who we can raid first. I don't know who can raid. I don't think, actually no, I don't think there's anyone we can raid. So we'll just say goodbye. Bye everybody. Goodbye. Have a nice, wait, what is it? Oh my god, it's Monday. Raid's broken. Yeah, it's true. Raid is broken recently. Alright. Bye everybody. Thank you for coming.